y'all, welcome back to Her Campus CAU. It's me, the one and only Simone, and as you can tell by the title, I'm gonna give everyone, even if you're in school, even if you're not in school, tips on how I personally go about studying for not just midterms, but maybe like a test or finals. But since midterms are approaching, I decided why not, go not step by step, but like, tips on how to study. Because you can't really tell someone how to study. There's no such thing. But I could just give you tips about how I go about studying for a test, like a major test, because midterms are major to me, okay? So I keep saying step. Tip number one is to always try to get with someone in your classroom, because like, for instance, with some of my teachers, they'll let us take tests outside of classes. So I know with history is not my subject. Like, it's just not something I can get with for real. I only do it because I have to do it. But I take my tests with people because, like my teacher said, and like, I mean, it's common sense. You don't just have your one brain there. All of you guys can contribute ideas. And I try to do 2 to 3, not really a big old group, but like, just enough where it's not just my thoughts, and we can, come to consist like a mutual agreement, like, we're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with this. So like, if I get it wrong, we're all gonna get it wrong. So I just say, like, get with a group of people, or like try to form a study group and try to keep it consistent with the same people, because like, I feel like that limits like more distractions, and then it kind of gets you closer with, like maybe you're more intimate with like less people than, like a bigger group. And too many ideas can kind of like throw things off too. So try to limit the numbers. So tip number 2, and this is something that I have to do myself, is to create flashcards. I don't really do that often. I don't really do it. But if you're more like a physical person, I say use index cards, sticky notes, rip some pieces of paper up, front and back. Or if you're more like tech savvy and stuff like that, you can create things like on your laptop, like with Quizlet and like other sources. I don't really know, but I would say Quizlet as a reference to make some flashcards. And then also Quizlet, you can have like a sound thing, like you can have the question, it can read the sound. I mean, it can read the question aloud for you. So like, you're just like, question, you hear it, you process, answer, and then you flip the card over, and then you got your answer right there. And then just continue to go through that. That's something I need to get in the group with though. Like, so like me going through this with y'all is things that I'm gonna have to do for myself, because midterms are next week. Today's Monday. Midterms are next week. Number 3, keep your old homework assignments, old tests, keep your old classwork assignments, take notes. Consistently take notes in class, because you never know like what's going to pop up. And another thing with my history teacher, not to butcher him or anything, I'm not going to say his name, so it doesn't matter, but like, we'll take notes in class and none of the content is on the test. It's a setup for failure, whatever. So take notes when you're in class. Keep your homework assignments, because the last test I just took, and I'm not gonna lie, I failed the test, but I didn't take these tips of my own. I mean, I did, but I didn't at the same time. But you win some, you lose some, especially in college, and then you lose some. You're not gonna always get everything that you want, but it's your decision to fix it or just let it continue to flop. But I can't afford that. But yes, keep your homework assignments, your old homework assignments, especially old tests, because some teachers, they'll like, it says a true or false, and one of the questions was true, and it was just one slightly changed word in there that can make it a false statement. They'll probably use that same question to mess you up. Yeah, to mess you up. But yes, keep review old homework assignments, tests, classwork, and notes for sure. Like just stay on top of that. So I know one thing that works, and I haven't really done it here in school, which I don't know why, but like, I feel like I have a short attention span, and so I feel like this semester all of my classes are just like 10 times harder, and require more of my attention, and I just feel like I have a really short attention span, so it's just like, it sucks. But I say play classical music, or like some type of like more so instrumental, and no like words, and just like let it soothe your mind, because it just like, I don't know, it keeps me like level-headed and a little bit more focused. I don't know. And because I'm a musician, but like a retired one, but if I need to do what I gotta do, I'm a musician. Low-key, nobody really knows that about me, but I used to study like specific genres of music, and I played an instrument, so like I know like what like works for me, and I know I can't hear like loud things in the background, or I can't be bumping like Lil Baby and stuff like that in the background, and I'm trying to focus and like retain information. Like, I'm over here singing something to prove, but I need something to prove on this test, you know what I'm saying? So you can't, you know, don't let it clash. Do something that's like chill, that'll get you in the right state of mind. And even if you're studying for 30 minutes a day, that 30 minutes is better than not studying for anything. So like, you know, have chill music in the background. I'd recommend classical music, and all you gotta do is search on YouTube classical music, or you could search in study music, or you know, like instrumental music, stuff like that. But yes, that's a really big thing. I used to do it in high school a lot, because like I just did. I don't know. I just did it. I did it more so in high school than I do now in college. So, but what I need to do is now in college, because yeah. And especially because I don't really go to the library to study. I'm in my room, which really works for me though. It just really depends on the person. I can study in my room. I knock all of my homework out in my room. If I need to take a test, I'll probably go into like computer lab in our basement. But other than that, I'm going to be in my room doing my homework. And it works for me. It doesn't work for everybody. And I'm not saying that it works every time, but most of the time, like 90% of the time, I'm in my room completing homework. And I always, for the most part, I get decent grades on my assignments. So it just really depends on the person, because some people say they fall asleep in the bed. I don't, because I know I have stuff to do. So it just depends on you. So this kind of like goes back on the last point that I was talking about, like the tail end of what I was just discussing. But have a specific study place. So like I said, the bed is mine, but like that's where I'm most comfortable and, you know, like relax and stuff like that. Some people, most of my friends stay in the library. Like the library is their second home. Some people go in our computer lab. Some people are I don't know, most of the places I just named. So either in our basement, our computer lab, you know, 'cause the computer lab kind of has like an echo in there, but you have, sorry, I got a notification. You could get distracted easily, so, but in our basement, it's kind of like an echo and stuff like that, and kind of, so it's just hit or miss. But that's why I take most of my tests anyway, so it works for me. It just, like I said, pick an area that's dependent like upon you. Like, don't do it because your friends, all your friends going to the library. Most of my friends last semester went to the library all the time, but like I wouldn't go, because I'm like, if I go, I know I'm not going to get my homework done. I know I'm going to sit in here and lollygag and talk around with y'all, when I know if I'm in my room, and typically I'm either in here by myself or my roommate's in here, and sometimes we both do homework at the same time. We're both the same major, so like we might not have the same professors, but we have the same like classes, and we'll probably do homework around the same time. So like we're chilling, we're quiet in here. She'll have her AirPods and I have mine in. We're chilling. So it just really works depending on the person you are. So pick a nice place to study, you know, do what you gotta do. So of course, don't forget to speak with your professor. This is one thing I lack in, but I know I do this because I ask questions in class. That's why I feel like sometimes I just don't feel the need to go to office hours. But I know last semester I went a lot often than what I have, and we're at midterms now. I was in my English professor specifically, I was in office hours like as much as possible, because like I'm not to say I'm a bad writer, I'm just not too confident in my writing skills sometimes, and I feel like and I had like several papers. I had about 5 papers, and it might not sound like much, but I had about 5 papers. I think they were 3 to 5 pages each paper, and I'm kind of like a talker, so when I'm writing, like I tend to just like write more than less. You know what I'm saying? So I'll have more content there, and even if it's like off or something like that, I'll have like some supplemental material that can like make up for like what might be off. But I did receive like pretty good grades on my last, well, I received actually really good grades on my last essays in English, just like specifically for English, but like that's because I utilized office hours, and when I was confused I asked questions in class. But I know this semester is what I've been lacking in. I need to go to my office hours because, like I said, my classes are 10 times harder. I don't know why I have not stepped foot in none of my professor's office hours yet, but that's fine. I will be in there this week because, like I said, I don't have no shame in my game. I failed the test last week. I was defeated, but we back and we better. And I'm ready for midterms because last semester, I could speak on, I failed my first, and it was my first test for this class too, and the class is pretty like intense, so yeah, and it's an 8 a.m. class, you know, so yeah. But last semester, history, I failed my first test, came back the second test, knocked it out the park. So it's like, you know what you gotta do. I'm not a person that's gonna like fail and like stay down. You know, you fall, you don't get back up. Oh no, I'm gonna get back up, and I'm gonna bounce back like 10 times harder because like that's just me. That's my work ethic. And it takes for me, it sucks that I have to realize it from like failing to like improve, but some people will learn differently, and like I said, that's just me. And I don't fail every first test, of course not, but yeah, this was one test that I had to take an L, but I'm gonna always bounce back. So it's just like more of that. Utilize your office hours, speak with your professors, ask questions. Ask questions. If you're confused, ask questions. My mom always told me to ask questions, always. And if you're confused, ask questions. And yes, they say no question is a dumb question, but if you're like legit confused and it might be a dumb question in the back of your head, still ask the question. Don't listen to what nobody else say. Even though people probably know, oh my gosh, like they already answered it. Ask the question so you make sure you heard it correctly and that it prepares you for success. Because somebody else might have heard it, process it like this, but you might not have. So you know, yeah, everybody learns differently over there. So, because I know this is really long, utilize your professor's office hours. More of that. And my last tip would be to just have a positive mindset. Like, even if you don't fully comprehend the content of the test or the assignment, you know, all these tips should help. But it's power in the tongue, and if you say, oh, I'm gonna fail, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, you're gonna fail more than likely. Yeah, it's a lot of power in the tongue. So have confidence in yourself and your abilities. You know, we're all capable of really good things, so just have confidence in yourself, because you're gonna be your biggest critic. And yeah, you might think, because I know I keep like referencing back to things, but like this is just like my testimony. Like I said, I'm not really big on writing, but like I do what I gotta do and I get the job done. History, like I said earlier, it's not really my thing, but in my history class, which is a 50-minute class, and some people are really good writers, and some people write an essay out like that. But he gave us 3 topics to choose from. We couldn't even choose our own topic. He gave us 3 topics to choose from. We had to write an essay on one of those 3 topics within 50 minutes, and you didn't have no extra time. We just got our grades back. I got a 47 out of 50. Your girl do what I gotta. I do what I gotta do, okay? And he gave the he did give us the topics prior to, but some people didn't even look over it. Some people did. I chose to look over topics, and I went through each topic, but I went with something like that I knew like I'd be able to like write about and know what I'm talking about, and not just write it just to write. So yeah, I just really hope all of these tips helped. I forgot what number I was on. I'm not gonna lie to you, but these tips are things that I do use, I have used, and that I need to continue to use. But yes, because midterms are coming up and approaching for me and like the AUC, you know, I just want to wish everybody luck, you know, because although these are not on your final transcript, you know, it just shows you where you are in the current marking period, and I just would rather be up than having to bring all of my grades up. So if I know I gotta see, like, just for instance, if I know I gotta see in my midterms, I know I need to do everything in my might to get to that A, from midterms to finals. And it's really depending on the person you are. If you want to improve that grade, you're gonna do what you gotta do between that time period. And our spring break, okay, so we got midterms next week, which is the 2nd through the 6th. You got 2nd through the 6th, you got spring break. Come back on the 16th. Classes start on the 16th of March. Then you got April, and then finals are May 4th through the 8th. You ain't got that much time, so, and college time flies. I'm almost done my first freaking year of college. Like, it's crazy to me. But like I said, I just want to wish everyone luck, and I hope you take these tips and, you know, apply them. And even if it's not just for midterms, even if it's just a regular test, even if it's for a big old test, I just hope my tips helped you or will help you in the long run when it comes to test taking. Because everyone isn't a test taker, but I feel like my tips can really, like, help. So, yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos from your CAU Her Campus Queens.